John,
often.
what are the areas where you end up going to arbitration most often? What are the products
Currently?
that create the biggest problem for investors?
Well, coming off the bubble and the decline in the markets, there was a lot of churning going on. And
Churning, which means unauthorized activity or too much activity in my account. Too much commissions.
A broker buys and sells aggressively, and not in keeping with your goals and objectives.
Gotcha.
And the reason is not to make you money. The reason is so the broker can make a lot of commissions.
All right, let's go from there.
Okay.
So there's a lot of churning.
A lot of churning.
Okay.
Even now?
Even now. But
Wow.
even more interestingly, I think one of the biggest problems in the bubble was over-concentration, which people don't talk about a lot. And that is not diversify. Let's say you want to be in the stock market.
Right,
Let's say you want to own stocks.
Right,
Let's say 75% of your money is in the stock market. You shouldn't have, if 75% of your money is in the stock market, you shouldn't have 60% of your assets in the
one
stock market, in one stock,
Of course.
or in one product.
We just had a caller in the last segment, Dolan's On Demand, who has $600,000 in one mutual fund.
That's an example of overconcentration.
Yeah.
And for instance, technology was all in vogue. When people had 70, 80, 90% of their net worth in technology companies, and the technology bubble came down, what was their diversification?
John, before we run out of time, lay out for our viewers what they need to have and keep and do so that if they do discover that something has been done that shouldn't have been done with their account,
Then get some action.
That's a great question. That's a great question. Keep all your statements. I suggest that you hole punch them and put them into a file. Keep everything you get, all your communications, your new account form. But probably the single most important document, people don't even know this, is when you open a brokerage account, the broker has a duty under 2310 of the NASD code and Rule 405 of the New York Stock Exchange to know their customer. So what they do is they ask you some questions and they fill out a form. Some brokerage companies have you sign it, some don't.
Don't sign a blank form, John.
Correct.
All
but
right.
that form, you ask what the most important document is. That form says what you want, what your risk tolerance is, what your goals are, what your objectives are, what your time horizon is, and that form is kept at the brokerage company. When a broker makes a recommendation, a manager can pull the form and see, is this in keeping with your goals and objectives?
Yeah.
You should have a copy of that form so you know what the broker's relying on for your goals and objectives.